Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Back again. Yeah, people, back-to-back streams. I realized, I just done a Premier League unpack show and I realized, whoa. I ain't done a pre-match Khanage to Nottingham Forest. And then I realized we're playing very early on in the morning. So I thought, let's get the old war hat on and let's speak on it. Let's speak on a very crucial game tomorrow, peeps. First and foremost, you're all very welcome. Get your questions, get your points in. I'm on a solo today. No one helping me today. So it's all about your opinions and your questions, and we go through it all. We'll try to see what kind of lineup we could possibly pick tomorrow. The injury situation. Klopp spoke about the injuries in the press conference. We assessed the Nottingham Forest lineup from last week and then see what kind of changes they could possibly make. But yeah, you're all very welcome. Do Indian Scouts says big up Grizz, smash the likes while you're waiting, people. Let's get it on, people. As I said, get your questions and points in early. I'll be going through as many as I can with you guys. As many as I can. Is Calvin Ramsey fit? He is fit. Yes, Elias, he is fit. I suppose the follow-up question to that would be, is he ready to start in the Premier League? I'd say no. Considering the fact that he started, he came on as sub in the under-21s, I very much doubt if he starts suddenly Forest away. Very much doubt it. But the fact is, he is fit and he's getting ready for selection and fitness, working his way towards selection and fitness. I'm very much certain that he's going to start the Derby game in the Cup. That's going to be his target, I think. That's very much going to be his target. Doofus Creation says, should we bring back Stevie G as manager at the end of the season? Klopp era is over. The poor results and league position is just not Liverpool. There you go. Mods, I'll leave it to you. If he continues to talk nonsense, then feel free to block him. Or no, don't block him. Just give him a timeout and a warning, because that's just Poppy just talked there, didn't he? Hi, Grizz. Hi, mate. Sleeping Dragon says, hit the like button, please, guys. Hit the like button. It's very true. Zed says, I even like Grizz Bay. Where did you get that hat from? Send link. Got it from Turkey. Yeah. Got it from Turkey, mate. So much brilliant stuff over there. This hat's obviously based on the Ottomans. So yeah. Evening, Grizz. Hope you have any chance of a watch along tomorrow. You know, guys, I'm not really into the watch-alongs, man. It's not my cup of tea. I like to study the game. I'm an analyst. So I don't like to get distracted doing a watch-along. We'll see. William, who's a channel member. Guys, by the way, very soon, I'm going to start doing member-only streams and member-only watch-alongs and member-only call-in shows as well. So if you want access and if you want to be guaranteed part of a call-in show, I suggest you hit the membership button. Yeah, so many perks coming along with that. William is a member. He says, big up Grizz, will Milner start at right back? Maybe not. Nobody will know for certain right now, except Jurgen Klopp and his coaches. But I suspect some changes tomorrow. Absolutely. You hate the early kickoffs? Yeah, so do I. Unless we win, of course. If we win, we can kick back. And there's some amazing games in the weekend that we can really kick back and enjoy. Like Man United, Chelsea is a stunning game if we've won our game. Do you get what I mean? Like if we've won our game, Man United and Chelsea is one of those games where you can kick back your choice of beverage and really be neutral, I guess. I mean, let me know, guys, what you think. Who would you guys want to win? Or is a draw the best result? Fingers crossed, obviously, if we get our win, because that's first and foremost. Darwin was an injury scare. Any update, Grizz? I think Darwin is fine. but as a precaution, I'm suspecting and guessing at this stage only, I don't think he starts tomorrow. That's just a guess at the moment. But I don't think it's anything serious or anything like that. But let's see. Let's see. Good evening, Eunice. Yep. Good evening, guys. Oh yeah, man. 12:30 in the morning. Away to Forest. The War Hat's back. It needed to come back. We were going for a really rough patch. And I thought, you know what, we need to go to war for Liverpool. And I thought, bring back the War Hat. Liverpool has tough fixtures this year. City hasn't played any top four club and have 8 out of 10 big six fixtures next year with late cup runs. Can you make a late run considering Jan will be 15 games? Wow. He's not wrong there, Kenna. I'm telling you, it's a long season, long season. There's going to be ups and downs. It is. I've been told that. Genghis Khan, cousin of mine. Sam says, massive game. It's a must. It's a must we don't concede early again. Atmosphere was hostile. Hope Darwin is fit. Atmosphere was fantastic for the cup game as well. Absolute fantastic. So it's going to be hostile again, but I think we've got the know-how. We've got enough experience to make sure that the hostility is calmed down and slowed down. And the only way we can do that is to keep the ball away from them and score with the no doubt possession we will have. We've got to score early, and that will absolutely slow it all, make it less hostile. Eunice says, I want to draw with the Man United Chelsea. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't thought about it much. Then he goes on to explain it. If we win and Newcastle Spurs are draw and Chelsea Man United is draw, things are looking decent again. Yeah, fair enough. Guys, as you get in, let's keep smashing the likes so we can get it out and about to more people, and more people can join in the chat and everything. You know how it works, the algorithms by now. Yeah, good evening, mate. It's coming up to midnight here. Well, no, I beg your pardon, 11:15 in the night here. Let me know where you guys are viewing in and watching from. Would I go for an attack in January because they're dropping as flies? No, because I'm hoping by January everyone will be fit and back. The attack's not the problem right now, or won't be in January. We all know the problem area, and that's the midfield. That's where I would be focusing on, and I think that's where we will be focusing on as well. When I say we, we're talking about Liverpool. Keep smashing the likes, people. Keep smashing the likes. LFC Network says, which two midfielders would you buy in January? January is awkward, isn't it? Because it's all about availability and how much work we've done in terms of securing our targets, whether we need to act early. So many things at play in January. But I'm pretty certain we bring in a central midfielder. My personal favorite for January, as in like right now, in terms of experienced in Premier League, in terms of very gettable, in terms of if you put all the aspects of a transfer together, my personal favorite right now would be Caicedo of Brighton. But I think he would. I think we may have some strong, serious competition with Chelsea for him. But yeah, that would be my personal midfielder that I'd go for in January, that is. What else we got here? Yeah, massively. But a tad too late. What do you think? What do you think, mate? A tad too late. He could have adapted or changed things earlier on. Would it have made a difference? It could have. But he's done it. But yeah, man. Kenneth says, is Fabinho turning the corner? Is he ready to show the quality we know he has? I hope so, mate. I hope so. I've said it quite loud and vociferously. Yeah, it's too late. It's too late for me to try to correct myself. But I've said it. Fabinho has been poor. He was magnificent against Man City, and then he was poor again as a little sub cameo the other day. So I hope he has, mate. I hope he has. He's a brilliant player at his best. Conroy, who couldn't join me today, says smash the likes, folks. Keep smashing the likes. We're nearly 100 people in here, so let's keep smashing the likes. Yes, we will target, endorse for Enzo Fernandez in the summer. He's very much a target. Enzo Fernandez, yeah. Benfica midfielder. But he's one of the names that I've been told we're in for. Is Fabinho declining, guys? He's not improving, is he? He's not going to get any better. We're not going to get a better Fabinho than we got in 1920, are we really? Let's be realistic. So it is one of those ones, man. It is one of those ones. Sam says, I think Klopp may have wanted to this system from start of the season, but due to injuries, except couldn't do it. Yeah, there's a fair shout. That is a fair shout. I've always said that we were planning to change formation, sort of philosophy, not philosophy, but in terms of formation and be a bit more daring and attacking and play with an extra attacker. We've actually done that now. I mean, I don't know if you guys, I'm sure most of you guys will know in the summer, I was saying that we're gonna play with an extra attacker on the pitch. And we have done so, but it's taken 10 game weeks, right? 9 game weeks to do it. So yeah, we're now seemingly paying for getting the rewards for it. But yeah, vociferously, here we go. Eunice, you smashed it for me. Vociferously. Sam, I'm going to get on to the predicted 11s, what I think we will go with tomorrow. We will get into that. I don't know about facts, man. You know, Grizz about to spit facts where the hat is on. I'm about to get serious because the serious part of the season, we couldn't let it get on. We couldn't let it continue anymore. And that's 3 victories in a row now, people. That's 3 victories in a row. If you include the Champions League, and why not? Why not include the Champions League? But tomorrow could be 3 back-to-back Premier League wins, which will suddenly give us something to work with. What else was there? See, I don't know about Ruben Neves, guys. I don't know what you guys think. Ruben Neves, technically good player, strong. Just don't think he's quick enough. I want pace and power in my midfield, man, from next season. Let me know what you guys think. See, it doesn't do it for me. But let's get into sort of speaking about tomorrow. What do we know about tomorrow? Okay. So we know from his press conference that, you know, because of the quick turnaround, that will be 3 games in 6 days, guys, tomorrow, and the early kickoff. He's going to make changes. He has to. With the way our situation is and the lineups and everything, you know, this is like a predicted lineup for tomorrow. I don't know what you guys think of it, but we will have to. Rafa says, you guys will smash Forest tomorrow, Grizz. Spurs as well. We are arse under Conte. Oh, God. It's not very positive in terms of Conte there, right there. Yeah, mate. Can you hear it? Is the rain really bad, people? Do I have to move, or is it manageable? Let me know. Ajax is the bigger game. He has to change it up. People, is Ajax the bigger game? I think Forest is the bigger game, man, in terms of the league game. I want league success, guys. I want to win every league game. I think we can get 1 point out of 2 games from the Ajax and Napoli games. That's what we need. We need a point. We need a point from 2 games, guys. So for me, Forest is the bigger game. We cannot drop points in the league. Do you get what I'm saying? We can afford to drop points in the Champions League. So for me, it's the Forest game. Excuse me. That's just my personal opinion. Let me know if you guys agree with Eunice there, or what you think. Hope Thiago is rested. He needs to be handled carefully. Thiago will have to be rested at some point, of course. It's only natural. He's gonna have to be rested at some point. He can't play every game. He definitely can't play every 3 days. So yeah, we've got to pick and choose the moments where we rest him. We've got to pick and choose the games stylistically. Who else is ready? The news about Naby Keita and Oxlade-Chamberlain and Curtis Jones is huge and massive, guys. It's huge and massive. Because stylistically, Naby Keita is the closest thing we have to... he's the closest thing we have to Thiago, I believe. I don't know what you guys think. I think Naby Keita is stylistically the one who's got the touch, the awareness, the short pass, the speed of pass, the weight of pass. He's the closest thing we've got to Thiago in terms of that aspect. But what we also know is Naby Keita is the most unreliable midfielder we have. He's literally the most unreliable midfielder we have, and has been the most unreliable since his time here. So, but it's good that he's back fighting fit. Obviously he won't be playing tomorrow. It's not pouring, it's not frying, it's the rain in it, it's the conservatory. So, you know what I mean? But unless you can smell him. Hell yeah. This is the famous war hat, where it nearly got us over the miraculous, the amazing, the sensational quest for the quad. Obviously, we didn't quite get there at the end, but yeah, bro. Since I started wearing this around December time, November time last season, we went on a wild run. So I'm hoping it brings back some of that energy and luck. Yeah, look, while he's at our club, we've got to back him, we've got to rep him. There's not a lot else we can do. We have to. Every time he dons that shirt with the crest on, we have to back him. We know he's talented. We know he's good when he plays, but it is what it is. Yeah, I'm massive on this. You know that, guys. I'm massive. Let me know what you guys think. I'm massive with Oxlade-Chamberlain in the formation that we play. Him not being asked to play as an 8 or a methodical midfielder where he has to think much and find passes and link play. I think in a 4-4-2, either on the left or the right, Oxlade-Chamberlain, yeah, man. I think he could have an impact. Again, injuries permitting, as we know. But yeah, Oxlade-Chamberlain in a 4-4-2 is the one. How long do I think Gomez will keep his place? It's up to him, mate. Charlie, it's up to Gomez. We know Jurgen Klopp is very faithful. If you earn your place in the team, you will hold your place. Of course, if it's time to rotate and rest, that's a completely different story. Khanage is back in full training. Most certainly back in full training by Monday. If not, I believe he's been in pretty much full training. Obviously too early. I think Ajax will be an option. Ajax away will definitely most certainly be an option for Ibrahima Khanage to start. Let's not forget, Virgil will be looking to have a rest at some point. We've got to rotate, guys. We're playing every 3 days now to the World Cup. We just can't risk one of the big boys pulling up. We just can't do it. So it's amazing that Khanage will be back. Gomez looks to be in a good vein of form, run of form. If you take away the penalty that he gave, I mean, I know it's like saying if you take away the own goal he gave, or if you take away that one, but it's true, it was one error he made. So let's not go overboard with the criticism. That was on the back of a magnificent man of the match performance against Man City. So look, he's in a rich vein of form, and big up Joe Gomez every time. The patience, the perseverance. My God, this guy's needed to show. World Cup, we will do some content and we'll have a whole heap of shows around the World Cup, Rafa. But today is exclusively about the Forest game tomorrow. Yeah, look, Gomez is very much an option as right back. That's the beauty of Gomez. I think he's adapted very, very well. He's an absolute possibility at right back as well. But look, going back to tomorrow, I don't know what you guys think, but I think there's going to be changes. Man. So Alisson, I think, is going to definitely start. I don't think Alisson is a doubt. Like, I don't think we're going to change around Alisson much. Let's get it up again. I personally think there's going to be. I personally think Thiago may get a rest tomorrow, guys. Yep. I personally think Thiago might get a rest tomorrow. I don't know how you guys feel about it. I don't know how I feel about it. But hold on. Omar says he's going to join us, so that's great news. Need a. Yeah. I think Robertson definitely comes straight back in. You can just sense Robbo's time to get serious now. You can sense him sort of. How do I explain it? You could see the energy levels in Robbo's game, in sort of the way he was making those runs up and down, the concentration on his face. So I think Robertson comes back in. Of course, Van Dijk and Gomez keep their place. I think Thiago, I think Fabinho and Henderson might start tomorrow, guys. What do you think about that? We'll see when Omar comes in what he thinks. Yo, big up yourself, man. Zad, big up Grizz, big fan from Lebanon. Keep up the good work. Amazing, man. Big up yourselves from Lebanon as well, man, every time. No, I don't think Curtis starts tomorrow. Oh, he could actually, because he's fit and available now. That's a good shout. What about Curtis starting in Ajax away? Technical game, loads of technical players, and Curtis is a very technical, gifted player, I think. AJ says, Forest play a low block, Grizz. We need Thiago. Which team doesn't play a low block against us, guys? Which team doesn't play a low block against us? Bafani says Thiago starts and comes off 60th minute. Yep. What if we're losing? God forbid. What if we're losing? How would that make sense? No, Keita won't play tomorrow. Keita, I think Keita may get in the squad. Oh shit! No, he doesn't even get in the squad for the Champions League. He's not even in the squad options. So I think Keita's next week. Job. Yeah. So look, I think it's going to be a few changes tomorrow. Trent right back, a right midfield tomorrow. Jersey Boy says, yeah. Would that be an option? But that would mean, I'm assuming, if Gomez is playing centre back and Calvin Ramsey's not ready yet, I'm assuming we want the Superman himself, Ribena man, Ribena kid, call him what you want. James Milner right back, with Trent right midfield. Is that what we're suggesting here? Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna get that up. I'm gonna get Forest's last team and formation up in a bit, people. I'm just waiting for Omar to come through, and we'll have a look, see if we can see what we can do. Khanage, as I said, William, Khanage is not back yet, fully fit. He's fit, but he's not match fit. It will take him a week or so of training to get back up to full fitness. Guys, like the stream if you haven't. There's 100 of you in here. Let's get it cracking. Yeah, so look, it's always about Thiago, isn't it? Because he's such a unique player for us. The way he plays, the control, the calmness, the way he picks off passes, the way he finds space. But when do we rest him, guys? When do we rest him? He's not a spring chicken. He can't play. He can't play every game. There has to be sort of, there has to be games where we're able to rest him. Omar, you ready to come in? Okay, Omar says 1 minute. So Omar's bringing up the screen where we're gonna eventually end up picking the team.
Yeah. Go.
Hello, mate.
How are you?
I'm good. I was telling the people watching that I realized I haven't done a pre-match Khanage for the Forest game. I done a debut show for Premier League Unpacked, which was quite good. We had fun there. I don't know if you managed to catch. Oh yeah, you was.
Yeah, I was getting all of this Villa fan nonsense.
The Villa fan. Yeah, it will be, and Villa fan, part-time Villa fan.
Respect. No, I'm a massive Villa hater now after what they did to my goat. So yeah, you'll get no more. I'll always AJ Grealish. We'll keep that agenda. Iwobi will keep that agenda because there's a lot on the line for that.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So I just thought I ain't done a preview of the Forest game and how we feel.
Yeah. Do you know what this game reminds me of? You know when Salah was on fire and we played City and then we played Watford the next week, like 12:30. And Salah scored that crazy goal again. I think Firmino scored a hat-trick. And everyone was saying, right, we need to follow up. I know we drew against City that game, but follow up a sort of good run of form with like a sort of 12:30 grind out win. And we tore them apart 5-0. And Watford and last year and Forest this year are in very similar positions right now in terms of struggling. And I just hope we can keep that momentum essentially and really, really stick it on them because look, I know they've not been in good form, but if they get that crowd behind them, then we're going to make it harder for ourselves than we should be doing. So I just want us to sort of start quickly, set the tone early, and hopefully get an early goal that just sort of silences the crowd and their team a bit.
It's the momentum is so massive right now. Yeah, we are just so. We've just had a rough, awful start. Let's not call it rough. Let's call it for what it is, an awful start. But 3 wins in 3 now, in all competitions, obviously, including the Champions League. A chance to go 4-4 in all comps and 3-3 in the league.
Yeah.
And I was just speaking to my loyal army of 100. I don't know how many likes we've got, but I should have 100 likes because 100 of you are joining me on a random Friday night. I'm humbled. I'd be even more blessed and humbled if you get 100 likes on board for me as well. There was some people saying in the chat that Ajax is the biggest game. I refute that. I refute that.
I'm with you.
What's your thinking?
I'm completely with you. This is the bigger game. We need. I feel like we need 3 points in this game to really set the stance that okay, we've had 2 wins back to back, 2 1-0s. Right, these are the games you have to win to be like, first of all, solidify your top 4 place. Right, these are the games that you need to. Right, and look, just keep grinding away at the league, keep picking up 3 points. We need 3 points. Ajax, we need a point. And if we don't get a point there, I still back us. I know Napoli are insane right now, but I still back us still back Anfield to get us a point in that game, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, keep the momentum going. Forest away. I don't care how many games they've not won for. I don't care how many where they are in the league. Like, we have to win this game because it just sort of, we're on a good run of form. If we don't pick up 3 points in this game, then the questions are going to start coming out again.
If we don't pick up 3 points tomorrow against bottom of the table Nottingham Forest, can you imagine? Can you imagine the mood? And but listen, we started picking off the teams slowly. So let's get the dead certs in,
So
if you may, sir. Let's get the dead certs in. And this is our predicted lineup, people.
Are you happy with Alisson, Van Dijk, and Gomez?
Yeah. Absolutely.
I think Robbo's a dead cert for me.
I think I wouldn't say like dead. Yeah, pretty much as dead as you can get. Dead as a doornail. I wouldn't say dead as a doornail. Like, have you ever seen a dead doornail?
I've seen a rundown rusty doornail.
There you go. So let's say a rundown rusty doornail. Yeah, but let's not. It's not dead on doornail. Like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So Robbo, yeah.
Yeah, Robbo. I think.
Right. Let's put Mohamed Salah. Okay,
he's a sir, but where does he play? That's the thing.
I genuinely don't think there's any other nailed on, dead on certs, dead as a doornail.
I think what we can say.
No, Salah's 100% playing, but where? Shall we put him there for the time being?
Yep. All right.
Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. People, let's start working from there. Only the hard coin right now. Let's get 100 likes right now, people. Come on, let's go. Let's go. This is hard.
Smash the subscribe button. Grizz.
Oh yeah.
So close to 20K.
We're so close. We're trying to get there before November the 11th, people.
4 years.
That will be within a year. November the 11th.
Same.
People, come on. Spread the word. Let's get to 20K. Massive effort required from all of you lot. Right. Just before you came, Ohms.
Yep.
I was toying with the idea and the suggestion that I think we will do something different tomorrow in terms of personnel in play positions. So the wild one was, I think Trent may be asked to play right wing tomorrow. In a 4-4-2, the way he came on, I don't know, away to Forest, we need to rotate. We need to keep everyone fresh. We haven't got many, because of the injuries to Jota and Diaz, we have to be very careful with the amount of time we give to Elliott and Carvalho, naturally.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And I think this is the one game, this could come back to haunt us, but this is me or us.
Yeah.
This is the one game where we could possibly, just possibly, give them that rest that they need before Curtis Jones and Naby Keita get back in the fold and fitness, and Ox, I beg your pardon as well, because Ox is going to be crucial. And B, I think after this, the games are very hard in terms of, this is the one game where, on paper at least, we should be able to get away with one mad tinkering. And because of the 3 games in a row, 3 days turnover.
Yeah.
I'm just toying with that in my head. What do you think to that? But that would obviously mean Sir James Milner right back.
To be fair, I think if you want someone 12 to get the team going at 12:30 against away at Nottingham Forest, it's James Milner. So,
you see that,
and he knows, like, because you can just see if he's not in that team and we start slowly, then we need someone to sort of kick them up the backside and say, all right, there's 3 points on the line here. Like, we need to get them. How
about this one? Bafana says Klopp keeps Trent at right back to further build his confidence. There is that as well.
Yeah, it's almost. I just saw a comment as I was coming in. Like, if Trent plays right mid and Milner plays right back, is that basically Klopp saying Milner's a better right back than you? Like, it could sort of backfire in a way. I don't think it's like that. I think Trent actually at right mid is.
There you go. Emil Heskey says that.
Yeah. Thank you, Emil. Thank you for tuning in, by the way.
Yeah,
Liverpool
great
legend.
man. What a bloke.
Yeah, underrated as well. KSI ruined your legacy. I think right. I've seen this. I've seen this mad like Trent David Beckham comparison, right? And
What do you think about that comparison?
I completely agree. They're stylistically, and don't get me wrong, I know how famous David Beckham is, but I think I caught him sort of as he was got on the decline at Real Madrid, then AC Milan. But like from what I've heard and from what I've seen of him at United in his prime, he was a one serious player at right
I
mid.
like that comparison, you know. I'm not joking. I'm gonna start speaking on this comparison with Beckham and Trent. People, let me know what you think. Because I genuinely think in the modern day and era and game, I think David Beckham would have been nailed on a right back.
100%.
Nailed on. And in the mold of Trent.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I completely agree. And look, if Trent plays at right mid and it works, I will be the happiest person ever. Because I'm like, okay, there's a new sort of arc for this guy. This guy can take it to another level now. He can sort of build at right mid without that sort of pressure of being at right back and being scrutinized the whole time. And
so check this out. Do you know the narrative? And I must admit that I was part of the thought. I was part of the thought pattern about Klopp will persist with Trent throughout his tenure. I think for the first time I'm ready to question that in terms of not long term possibly, but I think Klopp is ready to be flexible with Trent's position.
Yeah.
I don't think it's nailed on that he's going to play right back every single time. Do you see? Does anything give you the indication that?
For me, the fact that even though Trent's been the right back on paper, how many times have we seen him play infield? How many times have we seen him like in like a sort of midfield position? Even like in his early days, how high we used to play our fullbacks, almost as a right winger, essentially right wing back, whatever. So I think for me, I've always liked the idea of moving Trent around. I know there's this whole midfield thing. And the only place I could potentially really see him play in midfield would be in a pivot, but like maybe having a bit more in front of you. But I like the right mid thing just because I feel he will still feel natural coming inside. But when he needs someone coming outside, and look, if Darwin Núñez starts and Trent's playing right mid, like get those crosses in because boy, you will pick up assists. Firmino's great in the air. Salah's always in the box. I think
Jota. Can you imagine Jota? If we got Jota and Núñez in the box on a regular basis, and Firmino, because Firmino is very good with his head as well. Let's not forget, he scored a lot of headers. That Trent right midfield, and then Salah going up top, suddenly becomes a whole different ball game. Yeah. I'm just putting it out there. Just putting it out there.
I agree.
Imagine Trent, Salah, Núñez, Jota.
Do you know what this also does from a more defensive perspective? It puts less impetus on our right back to be a creative force. It basically, so if Joe Gomez is playing there, if James Milner's playing there, if Calvin Ramsey's playing there, it basically saying to them, right, our right-hand side creativity will still come from Trent. You can focus on defending more. You don't have to be pulled up the pitch as much as you are. Obviously, still go and support, but you can focus more on defense. Whereas in our system, the way we've played our right back and our left back before with the 4-3-3, the defensive responsibility was more on the sort of right and left sided central midfielders. Whereas now, now you've got that pivot and the back four a bit closer together and not really pushing on as much as they are. It's more saying to the right mid, the left mid, go create. And I think that would play into Trent's hands perfectly. And look, if from his personal perspective, him playing right mid probably boosts his case to play right wing back for England because of the sort of, I guess a right wing back almost can be a seen as a right mid at times, especially when you're playing teams that you should be beating. So I think for all parties, I would love to see this man. I would love to see. I don't. In my heart, I want it. In my head, I don't think we'll do it tomorrow. But if we did, I would love it.
Morocco Mo sends in the first super chat of the night. Love your support, my friend. Baby, hope you and the family are doing well. Come on, you Gunners, he says at the end. Fair enough. We still respect and humbled by you watching and viewing. Thank you very much, my brother. Let's see some of the responses to our Trent chat. First and foremost, Conroy says, smash the likes, people. So do what the hard man from Scotland says. Otherwise, you know, when Conroy's angry, he takes it out on Simicast. I'm joking. I'm joking. He likes Simicast just as much as he likes Robbo. Sam says, I only see Trent at right midfield if Nunes starts, in my opinion, to provide crosses for him. Very good point. Very good point. I get that. Beckham was better. Well, you know, Trent's young. Trent's got a lot to go. Long way to go yet. Trent against a deep block. He won't even need to defend tomorrow. That's a good point as well.
How do Nottingham Forest play? They don't really have pacey wingers that sort of.
So we're gonna get on to, here we go. So this was their last formation. Where are we? Right. Very quickly, before we go back to our predicted lineup, people, let's just try to work out what's going on here. So, can you see that enough, or shall I zoom in a bit more?
No, I'm good. I can see it. So,
all right. So,
interesting.
Yeah, I mean, look, let's be honest here, and let's go through the players that we've heard of, and let's be honest about it. So, Serge Aurier, he was a car crash at Spurs.
Yeah. He
was a car crash at a few clubs. He went to PSG, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was at PSG, and he sort of just in the league.
Honestly, I'm so right. I'm telling you, Diaz or Jota against Aurier would have been a penalty, like a penalty before the game starts, guaranteed.
Yeah.
But apparently, he's a bit of a doubt tomorrow.
Cook and McKenna just. Like respect to them, but Steve Cook and I think it's I forgot his first name, McKenna. Like it's not really Premier League standard. Like
look,
I hope that doesn't
exactly. Look, but I have Coyote was the one they bought from Palace, didn't they?
Yeah.
So I have a feeling Coyote might come in tomorrow. They also bought Renan Lodi. Do you remember the guy from Atletico Madrid who played really well against us? So the suggestion is Williams will go back to his right back position. Our very own, I still say but you know what I mean. Ex-Liverpool Nico Williams go right back, and they will play Lodi at left back, which will strengthen them. I'd rather they played Nico Williams at left back and Aurier at right back, because Nico Williams was very good as an attacking right back, but as a left back, I would be very confident of whoever's playing out there.
Grizz, apparently Lodi's not.
Okay, okay, but they're just saying that he might be. They're not sure. There is optimism. The last I was reading the Nottingham Forest people, or the ITKs of Nottingham Forest of this world, they're saying there's a hope that he's fit. But okay, if he's not, then if Ayu's out as well, not Ayew, Serge Aurier, I beg your pardon, then I don't know. Okay, so what else do we know? Steve Cook, as you said, I don't want to be clipped up for this shit, but I wish Nunes was 100% fit as opposed to a bit of a doubt about him, because Steve Cook wouldn't have enjoyed playing against Nunes in the form that he's in, or a Jota. Holmes, man.
See that channel, you know, Nunes loves that sort of that channel on the left side between the Aurier and Cook. Like he would be running through that. So like Jota as well, man. Look, is Nunes? Do you think Nunes is definitely gonna be on bench or out? I just think he's on a really good run, but you probably don't want to risk him, especially with his hamstring and the way he's quite an explosive player. It could just pop.
It's all about that, man.
It's like how Michael Owen and Torres used to have, like. hamstring injuries just because they were so explosive. It just used to pop sometimes.
It's all about that, man. It's all about that. We're going to go back to our prediction in a bit, and then we'll see what we think. But in terms of what we're saying with the Forest lineup, right? I don't even know McKenna. You said you know McKenna, or he was about to say something.
He's
about
proper
McKenna.
British mid centre back. Just puts his
Really?
body in the line. Fair play. Like he's done well at Forest, but look, they're bottom of the league.
Okay.
I think look at that front three: Lingard, Brennan Johnson, Morgan Gibbs-White. Do you think Awoniyi starts? It'd be interesting against Liverpool.
So this setup was the last game against Brighton, a very credible 0-0.
Although man of the match, Dean Henderson, probably tells a lot.
Okay, fair enough, no problem.
I think,
a few people are thinking that they will play three at the back with Cook, McKenna, and Worrell. As I said, I personally think Coyote will come into the team. Premier League proven, experienced. He's had good games against us in the past.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know if Cook's ever present in there. I couldn't get I'm sorry guys, I couldn't get a Nottingham Forest fan on at such short late notice. You're gonna have to make do with me and Omar. But we're trying to go through their team as much as we can. I don't know this midfield.
Freuler is the guy from Germany, right? I can't remember. Did he play for Borussia Mönchengladbach? I remember there being a bit of hype about him. But again, like Mangala, no, he's at Atalanta. He was at Atalanta. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so yes.
He was all right. But look, Yates, Mangala.
I wish this was the Man City Mangala. That would have been fun, right?
In midfield.
That would have been absolute fun if that was the Mangala of Man City. Oh God. I wish I could say that's the spirit. Come on, people, man. Let's have a bit of faith, man. But look, the way the season's going, it's mad. I guess the most well-known part of the area of their team is the front lads, right?
Yeah.
So this is how they played the other day. Gibbs-White was their big money signing. Shocked at how much he went for. Brennan Johnson, very highly rated. You know, pacey, quick. And then good old Jesse Lingard. Now, if someone in the chat can tell us, did they play 4-3-3? Do they play 4-3-3? Because a lot of suggestions that they will go to 5 at the back against us tomorrow. And they've solidified their 4-3-3 approach. I heard. I was speaking to a couple of Nottingham Forest fans, and they was like, we very much reverted back to sort of playing on the break. And it suggests the last 2 games, they've only conceded 1 penalty, which is unlike them.
On the break, though, like Lingard, like I actually like Jesse Lingard as a player. I don't think he's gonna hit the heights he did, but like Lingard, Gibbs, White, Johnson, do they have that pace to really break on us like that? That's what I'm thinking. Like they're all really neat players. They're all really good on the ball, like tidy, like. But it reminds me. You remember we had that front line of like Firmino, Coutinho, Lallana, all really technically really sound, but they didn't have that sort of explosive nature that the likes of Mane and Salah had. It reminds me a bit of that. Whereas if they are going to park the bus, you're going to need like people that go quickly. And I don't know if that is the way to go.
So I haven't seen much of Lingard recently. I don't know what kind of state he's in these days or whatever. But he never came across as a quick player, did he? He's always very intelligent, picking up spaces. You know, you don't think of him as an intelligent player. But, you know, Brennan Johnson's quick, but would you say lightning quick? No. The one that's quick and powerful, very much in the mode of like Antonio gave us problems when he came on, is our boy, Awoniyi.
I think it's I don't know actually. I call him Awoniyi, but that's quite phonetic. I think.
How would he come into the team though?
I assume he. What they could do is maybe move Gibbs White into midfield, and then play Johnson on the wing, and then Awani in up front. Another one, Emmanuel Dennis is there. Yeah,
There you go.
Is he
Now
going to be?
he's had a couple of good games against us in the past. I'm seeing was he on the subs bench? Where's the full lineup? No, he didn't come on.
Unless he's injured.
Yeah. No, apparently he's not injured. So it's one of those ones. Dennis is decent, man.
Yeah, very good season for Watford last year, didn't he?
Look, the other thing is, right, when did they play Brighton? Was it
Tuesday?
Tuesday. They've had an extra day against us. Gibbs White is rapid, Chris says.
I don't think he is, unless I've missed something.
I haven't seen enough of him. All I know is he went for a huge amount, and people were saying, "Is he really worth that?" Yo, Prince Daddy's in the building. He says, "Get the likes up, people. Come on, we should be over 100 likes now." I'll have a double check in a minute. Let me know if we're over 100 likes. Otherwise, I'll keep pestering people. Played for Watford, gave us fits. Yeah, he's talking about Emmanuel Dennis. Yeah, look, that's their team. Look, I'm not really concerned with their team, Holmes. Let's get back to sort of what we think in terms of R1. We have to do. I'm gonna be. Go on.
I was just gonna say, how do you want? Do you want to do it how we'd want it, or what we think it'd be?
Shall we mix and match? Is there such a thing that we can do mix and match?
I say we have a bit of fun and say what we'd want. Because a club's hard to predict at the moment. Like I could not tell you what the midfield two would be. Impossible
to predict. Impossible. I'm gonna be wild.
All right.
And I want you to back me, because normally on a Friday night coming up to midnight, you'd be wild. Right.
Wait. Yeah.
If you're not today, I can tell you're very normal. And so therefore I want to bring out some wildness.
Which is rare. I wouldn't normally be on a stream on a Friday, but
there you go. Life is such.
Yes.
The lure of chatting to Grizz is such.
About Nottingham Forest. Look, big day of sport tomorrow in the morning. You got the Cricket World Cup starting.
Shit.
You got Liverpool, Nottingham Forest.
What's the first game of the World Cup?
Australia, New Zealand at 8 a.m. And then
UK time.
Yeah, and then England, Afghanistan, 11:30ish. I think India,
and then straight
on Sunday.
Sunday. Red Steve says he captained Dennis for his red card last season. Haha. Can you captain him again, please, Red Steve? Yeah, India, Pakistan on Sunday. Wow, what a weekend. What a weekend of sport. But look, I was suggesting earlier on, Holmes, I have a sneaky, weird feeling that we're going to make two very controversial, or possibly no one would have thought of, changes tomorrow. One of them is, I think Milner starts at right back tomorrow.
Yeah,
I say throw in Milner tomorrow.
I'll back it. I actually seriously back that.
And I think Trent. Let's push Trent.
Let's do it. Let's do it, man. I think.
Come on, man. It's Friday night, man.
Let's have a bit of fun.
We ain't got no badges. We don't care if this doesn't make sense. Vilify us. Kill us in the comments. Chat to us. Tell us. Turn off. Don't turn off, though. Tell us to turn off. You stay there. I think we go with Fabinho and Henderson tomorrow.
Yeah, I could not predict, man. This is as hard. It makes sense, because if you are going to rest Thiago in a game,
this is the game.
Yeah, because I still think Ajax away, they're going to be quite intense. You probably need Thiago.
Yeah, they need a result. They're gonna. That's their last chance of anything.
Ooh.
And I can't see the Ajax game being over by like 50, 60 minutes in order to rest Thiago once we've got the job done type thing, if you know what I mean. I expect it to be a very intense, high technical level team game. I should say, sorry.
I think Fabinho definitely. Oh, actually, yeah. Who started on Yeah, Fabinho. It was Henderson and Thiago, right? That started on. Yeah.
So Adam says, let's just see what Adam says. Adam says Steve Cooper basically was attacking in the Championship. And let's not forget Steve Cooper is the ex-academy boss, isn't he, of Liverpool? So very highly thought of and respected. But he's been conceding so many goals from all situations. He's had to go defensive, so it'll be a back three, mate. Interesting. That's what a lot of people are suggesting. And that kind of suits Nico Williams' game as well, right?
Yeah, he's very good. He plays in he actually plays, I think, left wing back, right wing back for Wales, and he always plays well for Wales, man. Even when he was having a bit of bad form for Liverpool, he always plays well for Wales because I think they played a back three, so he'd push up, and it just suits his game. So yeah, does that suit us? Basically, if they say they're playing 5 at the back, does that give? See, if they play 5 at the back, I'd probably want Trent at right back just because I feel like he'd get more space to sort of get crosses in. But you can't sort of think about what they're going to do. You just have to build your own team. So I think
we need a goal from outside the box tomorrow.
Yeah.
And that's why I want Trent to ping one in.
See, Trent.
I think Salah and Bobby go up top. I think Bobby,
Hendo, right?
I think we're getting Hendo and Fabinho.
I think Salah and Bobby are bankers. They're guaranteed. It depends where. I think actually, yeah. I think we'll start like this. I think Salah and Bobby, a bit like Man City, they'll play like that. Left mid has to be Carvalho then, surely.
I think so as well. I think Curtis Jones is ready to step into that, but not for this game.
I think we might see. Yeah.
I think until Curtis Jones and Ox get up to speed, it's going to be Carvalho. Which actually Curtis Jones will be up. I think Curtis Jones starts in. I actually know.
I was just going to say that I think he probably gets 30 minutes against Nottingham Forest, and then that's enough for him to start. So I think it might be one of those planned ones where Carvalho gets 60. Look, I'm happy with that team. I'm happy with that team. It's just if Núñez is fit, throw him in. But I'm scared because of all these injuries. I'm scared that I don't want him to be. We
can't afford to him to be anymore. 2 weeks ago, we were salivating over our options in attack. Do you remember we were saying we haven't got many options in midfield? We've got all the options in attack. Let's go and attack.
We played this formation.
And we went and attacked.
Yeah.
We changed formation and we started doing this. Now our midfielders are come back. Now we've got everyone available everyone available in midfield.
Yeah, I mean Keita
will be back from the Monday as well. Yeah. So we've got everyone back in midfield. Now we've only got 3 options up front. Realistically. Unless you want to throw in Carvalho in there and Elliott. Like in terms of goal scoring threats, I still don't consider Elliott and Carvalho as real goal scoring threats.
I say Carvalho is more of a goal scoring threat than Elliott, to be honest.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with that. So therefore, taking that into consideration, if Núñez is even 70% okay, I wouldn't risk him. This is my problem. And I think Ox, I was chatting to the people then before. I think Ox is, look, it's not his last chance in terms of I don't think he's going to be here next season.
Yeah.
But I think Ox can go out on a high, which he deserves to go out on a high. And I think a lot of the fan base would wish him well and go out on a high. I think in this last season, especially with this new formation, we're pushing, he could be very, very useful. What do you think? right foot, left foot, right wing, left wing.
I think right wing, left wing, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
I think right wing, left wing. I mean, he's still arguably like got the best like shot in our team in terms of
Well, Trent, I'd say the only one. Trent's the
Yeah.
only one who strikes a ball more cleaner than him. Would you say?
Yeah, I'd say it's. I think Trent arguably strikes the ball more cleaner. I'd say Ox is probably more consistent. But I'd say Trent strikes the ball sweetly, and when Trent strikes it, it stays hit. But yeah, Ox, he can play on the right, he can play on the left.
More to say, look, Ox is done. We shouldn't be using Emma Hall. Why shouldn't we be using him if he's still playing for us, if we're paying his wages and he's now fit? Why not utilize the guy? Tell me why. We can't have personal grudges against players that are still here for the benefit of, if it benefits the team. Now, if he plays rubbish and he doesn't want to play and he shows a poor attitude and he's walking around, then of course. But if he's fit, if he's able, and he's willing to, and these guys will check him out in training, and they will have had conversations. Look, we get that you might not be here next season. Probably you won't be. In fact, it's a nigh uncertainty that you won't be. But let's go out on a bang. You've had 5 seasons here, whatever it's been, right? 5, 6 seasons here, and you deserve a very, very good ending to this story.
I think testament to, go on.
Yeah, no, that's it. Go on.
I was just say testament to Ox is like William said. I think the reason fans give him such a chance is because he's never had he's always just stuck to it and sort of. He's been obviously very unlucky with injuries, and sometimes players are just super injury prone. But I think the fans are taking a liking to him, one, because of his personality, and two, when he plays, you see he wants to try and he keeps trying and trying. Sometimes it doesn't work out, but look, if you look at Oxlade last season, he got barely any chances, but when he played really well. Like when
he kept us going.
When Salah and Mane went to AFCON, he was our top scorer in January. He scored about 3 goals in January. Again, I think about that Atletico Madrid performance last year. I agree that one away game at Nottingham Forest in the cup, he didn't have a very good game. But I think apart from that, he had a when he played well. He's not going to be the Ox that we had before his ACL injury, but he still has a part to play, and I'm in complete agreement that he still has and it's not just for Liverpool's sake; it's for his own career. If he has a good end to this season, that puts him in the shop window for other teams to still want him.
Absolutely.
Right now,
everyone's a winner.
Yeah, I agree.
Everyone's a winner. This is what happens. Everyone's a winner. We're happy with him. He's happy with himself, and other buying clubs will be looking at to see what kind of condition Ox is in. You know, there will be plenty of teams in and around the middle of the Premier League that will think Ox can do a job for them.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Let's get some of the comments in. Look, Indian Scout says, wonder who was concerned at the start of the season when we let go of Divock, Taki, and Sadio, only to get Darwin and an attack. Oh God.
Well, I'd say we got Carvalho in for Taki and Nunez in for Sadio, and Origi was there. I think it's a bit harsh. Like,
how many attackers do you want? Like, we had 5, like top. I won't even count Carvalho or Elliott in that. You know, makes it 7 if you count Carvalho and Elliott, because they're playing as essentially wide men now.
Yeah.
Played a different system. Maybe our plan was to play a different system and we would only need 2 attackers through the middle. It's harsh. You can't have the caliber of players of, Bobby, Carvalho, Elliott as, like, you can't get many better backups than that, guys, realistically. Because if you got Jota, Diaz, Salah, Nunez as your 4, and only 3 usually play, or 2 even these days, it's very difficult to just keep what's the word? Stocking up, stockpiling.
Yeah, it's like the whole centre back debate when we had all of our centre backs out, man. Like you can't prepare for that. You can't have six. No club is gonna have 6 top class centre backs at their club because 3 of them are gonna be very unhappy and then they're gonna want out. It's about like sometimes injuries happen and you just got to roll with it. And
the players that we've got that are backup are at an age where they're not gonna moan.
Yeah,
Bobby ain't gonna moan because he's seen better days and he knows what the score is and he knows. Bobby's an intelligent guy and everything, and he's not a troublemaker per se.
Yeah.
Carvalho and Elliott are young, and Curtis Jones, and they're ready to bide their time. So they're very, very good backup options to the likes of Jota, Diaz, Nunez, and Mohamed Salah. That's the way all big teams operate. If we take away Haaland, who's their striker?
Just about Alvarez. To say that. Look at Man City. They've got Haaland, Alvarez, Grealish, Foden, Mahrez. And then they'll have to start bringing people like Bernardo and Cole Palmer into it. So they've got 5 players for 3 positions. We've got 6 or 7 for 3. So like the numbers are there. It's just Man City, say Haaland gets injured. So we've had what? We have Diaz and Jota out. Say Haaland and Foden get injured.
Haaland is very injury prone. He will pick up an injury. I don't want to, I don't wish injury upon him. But history suggests, and his injury record. Mutasar about the Yoks debate. He says he hasn't performed at all starts. Klopp has given him. Everyone says in the rhythm play he's not going to get games back to best. Why not give Elliott and Carvalho the minutes? Elliott and Carvalho are getting, in my opinion, Elliott is getting too many minutes for his age and for his development. In my opinion, right now, I think Elliott is coming along very nicely. I just don't want to overdo it with Elliott. Carvalho, yes. Carvalho can get the odd minute every other game, 45 minutes every other game, whatever. And he is learning. And I can see enough difference in his game already, in his game intelligence, the way he picks up positions, to think that he's coming along real nicely, people. That's just my opinion. And I think the more he plays with Bobby Firmino as well, from the off, he will learn more and more. There's no better teacher than Bobby Firmino in terms of how to play that role. If we are saying that Carvalho is the heir apparent.
Carvalho and Nunez as a front 2 is something I want to see. I just think with Nunez's sort of physicality and the way Carvalho is naturally
buzzing around him every time.
Loves that third man run. I'd love to see that. The way he did it with Mitrovic, the amount of goals he scored playing off Mitrovic. If he can bounce off Nunez, then I'd actually love to see that. I think it's weird because like if we had like a starting team, if we had Nunez fit, I don't know what our best front 4 would be, like, because we saw how good Salah was as the front man.
Oh, what a good question.
Against Man City. Do we want to keep him on the right again? Again, he played on the right against West Ham. He wasn't the same as he was against Man City. So it is interesting. Do you play them both up there? But they're both very similar in the way they run in behind. So
what is our best 4 then? If we play this system and everyone's fit, are we saying everyone's fit and to the best of their form?
Yeah. I would say
it's surely got to leave out Bobby as hard as it is. Surely
Bobby's arguably being the best this season.
I know.
He has been the best. I will not say he has been the best this season. I'd say Diaz is a certain on the left.
And Salah's a certain on the right. And then it's Nunez and Jota.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I agree. I would do that, yeah.
That's a handful, you know that. That is a handful for any defense in world football. Let me tell you that for a fact. That is a handful. But it's all about getting them, I mean, and Bobby and Carvalho are great understudies to that. I think Curtis Jones will have a good, strong period now. I'm really rooting for this kid, you know that. And he's still a kid.
No, me too. I love Curtis Jones, man. I think he's still a massive, massive talent. And in that left mid role, that will suit him perfectly because he naturally sort of plays out there and drifts in. I think if he can get back to fitness, I think and Diaz is out until the World Cup. I think he'll come in for Carvalho and make that position his until the World Cup at least. So it's a big opportunity for him to just sort of get some rhythm in, because when he's on it, he sometimes makes us tick. I think if you look at last season when he was on it, some of our games he was the player that was making us tick. I think I went to Anfield last year for Brentford at home, and we won 3-0, but it was an absolutely dire performance. But the only standout was Curtis Jones. Again, there was that Porto game where he got 3 assists and like just absolutely ran the show. Brentford, when he scored a screamer, I just think he can make that position his own. And you got Kayser coming back in as well.
Yeah,
and I think if you have Fabinho, Henderson, Thiago Keita as your 4 options in those positions, you're good for now.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I think it's weird how it's all happening, in it. Like, first we were worried about defenders dropping off, like Matip, Konate injuries, Robertson injury. And then we had the whole midfield scenario and all attackers, so we decided to go all out attack. 4-2-4, 4-4-2, 4-2-3-1, whatever you want to say. And now we're having to sort of really analyze and think which games can we rest Nunes. It's mad. It's just the way of the wicked. It's mad how it's all panning out. Look, I'm just going wild for the sake of it. Otherwise, Trent, I think the sensible thing probably would be to put Trent back at right back. What do you think?
I think the sensible thing would be Trent at right back and Elliott at right mid, and then I think Milner maybe comes in at right back for Ajax just to give us a bit more of a
against pacey. Who's the guy that Bergwijn?
Is it Bergwijn? Yeah, that is true. Look. I think let's not.
Or maybe put Gomez out there against Thing and bring in Konate.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think sometimes
against Ajax.
Are we getting this whole Trent can't? Wait, Eunice. We said this about Foden, and look what he did, eh? So,
best, yeah, one of the best players in world football, in my opinion. One of the best youngsters in world football, with Silva, Foden out there, and Milner ate them.
I don't know. Are we getting dragged into this whole Trent at right back doesn't work anymore? Like, it is a bad period of form.
Yeah, I'm not. He is in a bad period of form. He is in a bad period of form. Let's not get away from it.
I think the thing with Trent is we all want to see him play right mid or in midfield just because there's been so much hype around it, and we're like, what if?
I don't. Honestly, I don't. I don't see the hype of him in midfield. I may be proved wrong, and he will turn out to be the new Xabi Alonso, and then we will sit here and say, "Oh, why didn't we do it earlier?"
Yeah.
But in the modern day and age, I just think. Do you know what it is? I think his loss of form has coincided with a different way of playing, in terms of he's being asked to do this inverted right back like a Cancelo, and maybe, just maybe, let's just admit it. Maybe his game intelligence isn't of the level of Cancelo yet. Because Cancelo...
He was doing it last year, though. If you remember, he was playing inside, and Henderson... Remember, there was a whole thing about Henderson playing on the right wing, and it was Trent and Salah were inside. So I agree, it is a sort of system change where it's Salah on the outside, which for me just made absolutely zero sense. But Trent was playing inverted and was shining. He was the best right back in world football last season, playing that inverted role. And there were still the sort of question marks about that sort of position, but there weren't big question marks because he was performing going the other way constantly. And our centre-backs were on it, that they sort of dominated any sort of ball that went into that.
So then it boils back to the main argument is, if it was working, but yet we could see a slight regression in the midfield's legs. And we did. Let's call a spade a spade. In the cup final, I thought our midfield was atrocious. I said it at the time. I thought Fabinho, Henderson, Thiago were poor, and we saw it in the last couple of games as well. Even against Wolves in the very last game, we just
Yeah,
got over the line with momentum and adrenaline, and a lucky goal from Mohamed Salah. You know, if we had
I mean,
known that, and if we could have seen that, surely the coaches had already seen that, because then it does suggest that he was getting far less protection. Not
yeah,
only like he was doing his role, but he was getting far less protection. And then add to that, he was part of the crew, or part of the set of players that had been so overrun and played so much football that he's due a bad couple of months, let's just say.
yeah. Look, yeah. I mean, Van Dijk, Fabinho, even Robertson. These guys have had bad months. As Trent, a
Yeah.
couple months. So, and they're not being told to play out of position. They're playing in their position. So, are we could just say, right, Trent. Now, from now on, I mean, we've had this conversation with Trent before when Southgate left him out at England squad a couple of seasons ago. I just, I would love for him just to come back and just be his normal self at right back. There's always a tease. It's a bit of a tease, right? Trent at right mid. You see the David Beckham comparisons. You're like, oh, he could be that for us. We're now playing 4-4-2 like
But
that.
only if Nunes plays. I so agree with that. And even Salah. Like, Salah would love to play through the middle if Trent was the right winger.
Yeah,
Honestly, because we know the understanding and the connection, and the link up between Salah and Trent has been legendary for the last 4 or 5 seasons. But if we could further develop that, I just don't know if Elliot is the guy for the right wing. But so far in this formation, Elliot has been sparkling, has been for me one of the best performers. His speed of play, his speed of thought, the way he's come on in every game, his energy levels, he's been fantastic for me.
yeah.
Selection sends in a super chat. He says the same flaws we're seeing in Trent now was happening last year, just not as frequent. We're just winning games more, which made us ignore it. I think I'll go quickly.
Yeah, go.
I think near the end of the season we were seeing it, but for me, it's wild to say that for the majority of the season, I thought Trent was outstanding. I think he did tire. I think because we couldn't rotate him, we didn't rotate him. He was so key to the way we played. He did get burnt out near the end. That's just my opinion. Holmes, what do you think?
For me, I wouldn't say it was a flaw in Trent's game. I'd say it was more of a flaw in the system, because when that ball goes over to the likes of Vinicius and whatever, you know why Khanage had such a good game in the Champions League final? It's because he was up against Vinicius. Our centre-back, our right centre-back has always been up against the opposition's left winger, because Trent doesn't play as a right back, like an auxiliary right back in our team. Last season, he was playing in a sort of right central midfield position. So when the other team does win the ball and boots it over his head into that corner, that's not Trent's responsibility. That's the right centre back's responsibility to sort of sort out. So, I mean, the reason we didn't see it is because Khanage and Matip had absolutely monstrous seasons last year. That they basically went 1v1 with the winger. Van Dijk used to go 1v1 with the sort of striker, and Robertson used to be sort of tilted in, or Fabinho used to be tilted in and sort of cover that. Our problem last year was actually more our midfielders wouldn't sort of track back. So we'd be caught high and they wouldn't bounce back quick enough, and sort of third man runners would be running in from midfield and getting in ahead. I don't think that's ever been Trent's player to defend, the left winger. Trent, right, when we're camped back into our half, yes, that's his player. But when we're attacking, you're gonna leave the team is going to be left exposed. We didn't look that exposed earlier on in Trent's career, because Henderson used to sit in that right back space almost the way
he was able to do it.
And he had the legs to do it. The way Wijnaldum used to sit in that left back space a bit often, because Robertson used to push on. Now, when all these guys are up, when Trent, Hendo, and Salah were up, and they were literally pinning teams back in that corner, as Hendo's legs started to go, we weren't able to recover quickly enough. Fabinho's legs started to go. He didn't finish the season well. He had a couple injuries as well. So obviously 1v1, I completely agree. Trent needs to improve defensively, but I don't think the fact that that sort of pattern of play, which people talk about, of teams always expose us down that side, is inherently Trent's fault. I think it's more of a system error where we needed someone covering in that position the way Henderson used to do really well, but clearly,
I think I agree with you. I think the system that Klopp's put in place did mean that the concentration levels for every player had to be spot on. And
Yep.
therefore that's why our system was so, even though it was the same system that we played every game against every opposition, how much opposition did actually beat us or get the better of us? Think about it.
it was
It's
just
so
yeah,
obvious. Like, we played the same way for the last 3 seasons, the same formation. Everyone knows our weaknesses, everyone knows our flaws, yet very rarely did anyone beat us. Like, literally very rarely did anyone beat us. So
we
therefore,
yeah.
therefore it suggests that the system and the personnel were in form, fitness, and it worked. The moment the fitness levels drop of the personnel or the form, then that's where our backup plan, in my opinion, or backup theory or backup philosophy or backup formation even, wasn't implemented. That is what I will openly criticize. And
Yeah.
I think that's pretty fair
Yeah.
to
No,
criticize that.
yeah,
Like, our plan
I'm
B,
with you.
but to suggest that our system's always been flawed, Trent's always been like this, it doesn't make sense to say these things. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. Then why have we been so good?
If you look at Liverpool and Man City, who arguably of the last couple 2-3 seasons have been the most ruthless teams in Europe. I know Real Madrid had such a great season last year, but Liverpool and Man City play the most risky games you'll ever see from football teams. The way that, you know how people talk about forwards being individuals and forwards being the difference makers. Liverpool and Man City have played with their defenders, their centre backs being individuals, and the forwards being working in a sort of pattern and shape more. Virgil van Dijk, Ibu Konate, Joel Matip have been asked for the last 3 or 4 years to almost go 1v1. That's why that's why they all are rapid, physical, like monsters, and like individual 1v1 specialists. Like, if you go 1v1 at them guys in their pomp, you're not getting past, right? That's why we've hyped up Virgil van Dijk so much, because going 1v1 with Van Dijk, he was unbeatable. The same way Joe Gomez had a spell of form like that. The way Joel Matip was arguably our best centre-back last season. The way Ibu Konate went 1v1 with Vinicius in the Champions League final. I know he scored, all right, but if you look at the game, Konate was probably our best player. So we play super risky games, and the risk and reward is like, okay, if we play this game, we will win 90% of our games, which Liverpool and Man City did, right? But then you have those games where you lose and you're like, oh, where's the fault? And the fault is always on the counter-attack. It's always on the counter-attack. Man City, if you look at their fan base, it's always like, how many times have you seen Crystal Palace beat them on the counter-attack? And it's always the same thing. Wingers.
They done it again. They were 2-0 up. They should have been 3-0 up.
Exactly.
Aston Villa should have won that game near the end.
How did Aston Villa score both their goals? Watkins, one long
3
ball.
goals. Newcastle, 3 goals. Look at their goals on the counter, on the transition.
You expect that from teams like Liverpool and Man City. It's just like, percentage-wise, you're more likely to win playing that Liverpool way when you've got fantastic individuals playing at the top of their game in every single position. So I think it's harsh, like, but I feel like, fair enough, Liverpool's system now, which is why we've changed to the 4-4-2, 4-4-1-1. We've now changed because maybe it did get a bit predictable on how to beat us. And now teams started to do it more, and our individuals started to decline a bit in terms of form and whatever. So, yeah.
John sends in a super chat. He says, Robbo is a backup and not Trent. Why? Robbo has a backup. Trent has a backup, John. He's just injured. In fact, Trent has according to the last game, a very able backup in James Milner.
Trent technically has 3 backups.
Trent has. Yeah,
how many people can play left back in our team? 2. Two people can play left back in our team.
I suppose Gomez could, because he's
Gomez
played it
could,
before.
yeah,
Do you remember?
Yeah. But yeah, Ramsey was brought in as the backup, wasn't he? And he's been injured. Like, again, who's gonna come in? Which like established footballer is gonna come in and be like, all right, I'm gonna be Trent's backup, knowing that Trent on form is going to start pretty much every game. So you either go for an experienced pro or you go for a youngster. Tsimikas, fair enough. He looks like he's just there for the vibes, but when he plays well.
Yeah, Tsimikas looks like he enjoys his weekend like you, and then turns up now and again like you, and smashes it like you. Basically, you're Tsimikas from now on. None of this Jack Grealish.
I went from Grealish. I'll take that. I scored a winning penalty in the FA Cup final.
This is so true, people. It's after midnight. It's actually match day, motherfucker. Ooh, it's match day.
12 hours exactly.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's after midnight and we're still going. Show your support by liking the stream, please, people. Exactly. Motasir says, Ramsey is 19, question mark. Has anyone actually seen him play? Thousands and thousands and thousands of people have seen him play. I'm pretty certain. I wonder how many people have seen Ramsey play. What a good question. If you actually think about it. No, but if you think about it and try to actually deep it. So he plays football, right? And he's been playing, let's say, since the age of 17, right? In terms of league football, senior football, or 18, let's just say. So he plays in Scotland. The average crowd at Aberdeen would be...
I'll probably say about 10,000.
No, less.
You think?
Yeah. I'm Googling it.
What's club though? Maybe like 5,000.
Average. I'm working this out. Let's midnight calculations. Average attendance.
It's got to 12:30. Imran, you're bang on. We're now calculating Calvin Ramsey's average. No, this is where the
Oh, you're right. Oh shit, you're right.
Yeah, but Aberdeen's a big team, so like I reckon in the actual Scottish League, you probably get an average of about 5,000. Bro, who's trying to go to Kilmarnock?
No, mate, the average is 14,000. Like it's 15,000, but I'm giving the benefit of the doubt. Oh shit. Okay, so 14,000 is the average attendance, right? Let's do 10,000 for numbers' sake in terms of calculating, right?
I've just seen a stat. It's 12,000 is the average, because then you have Celtic and Rangers who hit 50, 60,000.
There you go. AJ says we've got some breaking news, but we already told you this. Wait, we'll get to that. So 10,000, let's just say, yeah, Ohms?
Yep.
He's the number one fullback. Let's say he plays. How many teams in the Scottish League? How many games a season do they have? People help us out here as we go.
They played 38. They played 38.
38. Let's say 30 games they played. Yeah, he plays 30 games. He plays 10,000. That's 300,000 people that have watched him play. Yeah. On top of that, let's say
I'm going to get his clip. He's played. He's only played. Wait, hold on. What? This is very confusing. In his career, he's played 39 games for Aberdeen.
There you go. So let's say 40, right? Because we've lessened the average crowd as well, so we've got to give leeway. So 40 games at 10,000 average. Oh no, we can't. No, we can't say 10,000 average because away grounds haven't got 10,000 average. Some of the away grounds have got like 3,000 average. You see? Did you get it?
Yeah, sorry. Sometimes I slump back into my seat and it's hard to see me. There we go. The lighting is here.
So I think no, it's not the same crowd, is it, Eunice? No, it doesn't work like that.
No. But like some people, like Aberdeen season ticket holders, bro. Who's trying to get an Aberdeen season ticket?
But what about the people that have seen him multiple times? Yeah, we're working. We're getting there. We're getting there. With the calculations are one thing at a time. So I think back to that original question. Who was the original question?
How many times do you think people have actually seen Calvin
No,
Ramsey
no.
play?
This was the original question. Has anyone actually seen him play? Like, of course. Now, what I'm trying to work out is actually my answer was thousands of people have seen him play.
I
Mortasia.
reckon it's hundreds of thousands.
I agree. I think it's more than hundreds of thousands. So basically, in a nutshell, the answer to Mortasia Ali is Ramsey is 19, question mark, yes. Has anyone actually seen him play? Yes. But we've delved deeper for you on a Friday night coming up to 12:30, 1:15. We've
Saturday
delved
morning.
deeper and we've told you the breakdown, and it's probably closer to 500,000 people that have watched Calvin Ramsey play. There you go.
Nah. He's had one season. I will look on Wikipedia. He played for them. He played 4 games in 2020, 21. All right. And that's it. So he's played the rest of his football without COVID. What was your number? Sorry.
My number was between 300 to 400,000.
Yep. Are we counting in TV or?
Oh shit! 500,000, baby.
Yeah, I'm saying at least 500,000. How many people in Scotland watch football? Like,
Come on,
Comrade is
lot
dad. Kenny Dalglish.
Oh, bless Conroy. John Page says it was COVID season.
No, he played last. He's had one full season there, which was last season, and there was full crowds the whole time.
Imran says, "Man are waking up in Pakistan, and you man going on about Aberdeen." Listen, the game's the game, brother. You don't get this level of insightfulness at any other channel. It's all shouting and effing and blending and yo. No, we just broke down so much shit for you that it's unreal. Don't ever say we don't look after you.
How many different people do you think have viewed your channel?
Oh, come on, man. Well, allow it, innit? Like Aberdeen's bad enough. Now you want Grizz Khan TV to be worked out.
I'm on your about page.
Yeah, we'll work it out, innit? We'll work it out later. Let's just get to the 20K and then we'll you know what? When we get 20K, we're going to do a stream with everyone that's been on it. We're going to have like rotating subs and we can ask questions and answers, and it's going to be a free-for-all. There's going to be no football chat. Well, it could be football chat. It could be anything.
Guardiola.
Yeah. It's going to be everything. It's going to be wild, insane, but we need to get to 20K. So it's like, share, subscribe, all of that business. You know the drill. Ramsey, 28 appearances for Aberdeen one season. But the point is, Ramsey was the backup. Ramsey will be a very integral part of this new Liverpool, in my opinion. I'm not going to joke. I'm serious. Ramsey is going to be an integral part of this setup. I love the kid. I'm telling you. He's going to be a baller. People, don't forget. Don't sleep on Ramsey. It's going to be a celebratory stream, no doubt, my friend. No doubt about it. On a serious vibe, great channel. I follow Grizz on 9 minutes and Big 6 to always the best. Oh, you're absolutely diamond, mate. Thank you very much. Oh, what a question. Have people watched Ramsey more or Grizz Khan TV more?
Oh, I reckon more people have seen you in total. Like, not just on your channel, but like in life. Like on other
in life.
Yeah,
I've got more Twitter followers than him.
Yeah.
He's got more Instagram.
Yeah, fair. No, but then like, I don't know. That's a great question.
Could you do a Liverpool second 11 sometime? Yeah, man, we could do that. We could do that. We can do that. Yeah, man, that was fun. That was years ago, bro. That was years ago.
What was this?
That was like it was between me and Rance. We done a little stream about Klopp versus Mourinho at the time for Man United. Who's going to win more? Who's laughing now?
I guess we found out.
Who's laughing now? We need a tough Scottish, no bullshit right back in Ramsey.
This is Conroy's dream. One day.
What, Robertson and Ramsey as our fullbacks?
And then Ben Doak at right mid.
Oh, Ben Doak. Oh, Ben Doak, Ben Doak.
Kenny Dalglish back in as manager. Oh, Scotland.
I tell you, Ben Doak. Who is faster, Djibril Cisse or Nunes?
Nunes is the quickest player in the league, according to Opta Joe.
Really?
Apparently he's the quickest player in the league.
I still don't accept. It depends on distance covered. How much of a distance?
Actually, I think Kyle Walker probably has the best shout.
I think Adama Traore.
Oh yeah.
I don't think there's anything quicker than Adama Traore.
That's actually very true.
Guys, there's a few gems. Now, I know we say this every season and every time, but there is a few gems. Ben Doak is my favourite, without doubt. And there's a left-footed midfielder. My mind's gone absolutely blank, and I hate when it does this. Cornes. So I don't know if that's his. I can't remember his full name. Is it? No, it's Ben Doak, and people tell me Cornes and his first name. Absolute wonder of a left foot. Classy, technical, eye for a pass. Someone's going to come out within a minute and it's going to hit me, and I'm going to say, yes, that's the one. His first name. I can't bother to Google it.
Well, what's up with this Bobby Clark?
Bobby Clark's good, man.
Because he came from Newcastle, right?
Dominic Cornes, there we go. That's the one. Yeah, that's the one. Keep an eye on this kid. What a left foot he's got. Pure wand, honestly.
How old is he?
Left-footed Xabi Alonso right there, people. There you go, a young left-footed Xabi Alonso. Don't forget, you heard it first on Grizz Khan TV.
Him and Trent in a pivot.
12:40 a.m.
Him and Trent in a pivot. Who says no?
Nah, mate. There's no PMP.
It's fine, just for the vibes.
There's no you need PMP in there, man. With that, Dominic Cornes and Trent.
This is one. What happened to the Polish Messi?
Couple of injuries, and then that's it. A loss of form, and then he's still there, but just nothing going on. But people, we've been going on way too long, and we've started talking about all sorts. That is our predicted lineup for tomorrow. Call it wild, call it mad. This is the mighty, mad Liverpool under Jurgen Klopp. This is our predicted lineup for tomorrow. We argued. Actually, we didn't argue that much. We kind of agreed in the end.
We did agree a lot. Yeah.
Smash the likes buttons. Let's get to 155. Thank you very much for tuning in. This has been a promptu stream. We didn't plan this, so we really appreciate the love and support. Big up yourselves, everyone in the chat. Mountains of great support coming up. Sport, I should say. Wow. Omar's just told me Australia, New Zealand to kick off the World Cup. Then England, Afghanistan in the World Cup. And then we settle down for the early kickoff. Nottingham Forest, Liverpool. What an atmosphere. It's going to be raucous, mad atmosphere. We have to control it. We have to get the first goal, people. Liverpool, don't do this to us. Do not be conceding the first goal tomorrow, because that atmosphere will go wild. But we should have enough. Omar, I thank you very much for coming on.
Nice, man. This would be my one Friday appearance for the year, so I'm glad to share it with you and Sleeping Dragon.
Absolutely. Yeah, Sleeping Dragon's an absolute legend. People, thank you very much. Yes, AJ, India, Pakistan, Sunday as well. Grizz, you're great. You're absolute diamond. Good night, Grizz, Yardman in Jamaica. What time is it in Jamaica, Yardman, Jamaica? Let us know, man. UFC is a banger, but I'm not really into UFC. Ohms, are you into UFC? Apparently it's a banger tomorrow.
It's Charles Oliveira against Chimaev, that guy. One of Khabib's bros, I think.
Yeah, see,
I won't stay up for it, but
UFC, like me, is like that WWE and
bro.
Keith.
20 minutes. In 70 minutes. We got Friday Night SmackDown, guys. Logan Paul's gonna be on with Roman Reigns.
Get out of here before I block you. Get out of here. But listen, people, quick prediction, Holmes, because you're actually annoyingly very good at predictions. You actually get close, if not accurate. So this is mad.
4-0 Liverpool.
6:30 p.m. Big up yourself. Sorry.
4-0 Liverpool. 4-0 Liverpool.
4-0 Liverpool.
Yeah. Salah's
Away
scoring
to Forest.
2. Salah's, yeah. I'm going bold. I'm going to say 4-0 Liverpool. This could backfire badly, but I'm going to say 4-0 Liverpool. Salah's going to score 2. Trent's going to score 1. And I think we might see a Van Dijk header.
As usual, old mate holding back. This is what it's about. This is why it's Khanage. He predicts Khanage tomorrow as well.
Damn right.
He's going to be with me for the post-match Khanage. So let's see. Let's see. He can't even get away with it. Until tomorrow, we out of here.